Hi, my name is Josie and I've been coming to Fusion Church before it was called Fusion Church. I have been a Christian all my life. I grew up in a Christian household, and I've always been very close to God when I was younger. In my childhood, I had a traumatic event happen, and unconsciously, not knowing at that age, that would affect me for a really long time, about 10 years. The first time that I had actually spoken about what happened in my past was at a Christian camp. And from this, I realized that I had been repressing this for the entirety of how long it had been since I had this happen to me. And this had formed anxiety in me. Entering high school, I thought I was going to have the best 4 years of my life. I was extremely happy in middle school, but after I had realized that I had formed anxiety, it became a block in my head. And I started getting really freaked out about everything, and everything was a problem. Everything had changed in my life. I wasn't happy anymore. I was really good at faking being happy. I was starting to be extremely rude to my parents. I was having an average of one panic attack that lasted about 2 hours every week. This continued until February 20th of 2017, when I went to Fusion Extra with Pastor Brendan speaking. I had been so anxious to even step foot into Fusion students because the enemy would feed me lies that I am lonely and I am so, everyone can see the pain that's on your face and they don't want to be friends with you and they don't want to talk to you. But I went there knowing that there was a purpose for me to be there that day. Pastor Brennan started to speak, and it didn't hit me until afterwards when we started praying, and I went out into the lobby and I started singing. One of my favorite songs is Holy Spirit, and I just started asking the Holy Spirit to come into the church. And I walked back into the sanctuary, and Pastor Brendan was there, and he said, "I need to pray with you." And I put my hands out like this, and I started praying with him. And he said, "Do you want freedom?" I was like, "Well, yes, please." And he said, "In Jesus' name, you are free. Your shackles are gone, everything is broken, and you are free." In that moment, I knew that I didn't have anxiety anymore, and my past was healed. And I didn't have to worry about anything except the love that Jesus has for me. And it's so great and so vast, and it's just incredible. And one thing that he said that stuck with me was, you might have days where you fail. You might have days when you're anxious, but you are free. You are a child of God. You are free, and you don't have anxiety anymore. And that stuck with me for so long, until this day. And I started walking with God so closely again, like holding his hand wherever I went, and just falling in love with him again, and realizing how much he loves me again. And through all of this, I know that God is able to have breakthroughs, miracles, and change people's lives for the better.